Today we're going to learn in Siman Reish Lamed Ches. It says in the heading of this Siman Likvoya Itim La Torah Balayla, especially to learn Torah at night. So it says like this. I'm reading from the Shulchan Aruch. Tzarich lizor belimud halayla yosem b'shal yom. Have to be more careful the learning of the night more than the daytime. V'amavatloi onshoy merubeh. Whoever mabatal the limud of Laila, it's more, it's a greater punishment. We're going to soon see why. Now, then halacha beis, im yesh lo chok kavua lilmud, kach v'kach leyoim, if you have your own sdorim, whether you say daf yomi, whether Rambam yomi, whether halacha yomi, whatever you learn, mishta yomi, if you have a chok kavua every day to learn so much, or you have kavus bezman, you're learning every day so much time, well, you're Torah b'yom. That day you were busy, you couldn't do your shiurim. It says, Yashlimena balayla miyad. You should do it at night immediately. When I learned the Shulchan Aruch, I didn't know what the Shulchan Aruch adds with the word after balayla miyad. Balayla, it's not balayla, what's miyad? So originally I thought miyad meaning even during the night, don't leave it for later the night or end of the night. Do it at the beginning of the night because you might get tired. You might, shouldn't lose the momentum of the beginning of the night. That's how I thought. But Lamaisa, when I look in the Lashon of the Torah, that's not the pshat. The Torah lies like this. I'm starting with halacha base, just like about this inyan. Imira la'odom mikra shelo ishlim chuka belimod hayom sheyashlimenu miyad boy balayla v'lo yitcheu klal. Miyad meaning, don't postpone it for the next day. Miyad meaning, that night finished. Doesn't have to be the beginning of the night, but don't postpone it for the next day. If you have some learning, do it tonight. Something normally, if you didn't have time to eat that day lunch or supper, you're not going to say, okay, I'm going to postpone my lunch and supper. I'll eat just breakfast tomorrow. You're going to eat something because you don't want to go to sleep with a completely empty stomach. There's a spiritual stomach. You don't want to go completely to sleep with an empty stomach. So learn something, not something. Whatever you learn every day, make sure you learn tonight. Okay, that was the halacha base. Now I'm going back to the lashon of the Torah. In the beginning. Ubinan limud alayla yoiser veyoiser b'bashal yom b'ni yizor. So you should be more careful. He says yoiser during the day. K'mo she'omru chachamim zal and rino shel Torah ela balayla, meaning the learning of the night. It's singing. It's more labor diction. Emar posuk in echo kumi roini balayla. Get up and learn at night. Now, then he brings Gasil Be'eruv in Perek Ador. Amar Shlokish, Lo Ivre Lailo Ela Legirso. The night Hashem created it for Legirso, to learn. And because, B'derech Klal, especially before the new inventions we have now, that we have so many things going on at night, the night was a quiet time, so you could learn Torah without destruction. So distraction. So so utilize the time, that calm time for learning. Even though people could get busy tonight also with different things, but it says Adarabah, don't do that. Leave the night, the calmness of the night, leave it for learning. V'gasin perek oisen pasim. That's also Maseches Eruvin. Omar Rav Yirmiyah ben Elazar kol bayish nishmoim b'divrei Torah balaylo en achorev. That house would not be destroyed, so it's a good guarantee against destruction of the house, learning Torah at night. Hilkach, Kevin Sheshoyes Alayla Noichin V'Rutzuin Lilmod Hamavatlan Onshim Ruba. That's what the Shulchan Aruch mentioned, Onshim Ruba, because it's such a good, auspicious time, and you're not utilizing it, so the punishment is a lot greater. Okay, so the lotion of the Rambam, I'm surprised because B'derech Klal, such a Lashonis, the Torah would quote the Rambam. In this case, he doesn't. The Rambam on this inyan, it goes elaborate a lot more. That's what the Rambam says. Ava b'shel mitzvah lilmod b'yom u'valaylo en odam lamed roiv chochmos ela b'layla. The most of your wisdom you acquire at night. Leficha misheroto liskois b'keser ha'Torah yizor b'chol leloisov v'lo ya'abed afilu echad mehem b'sheina. It's in Ilchas Talmud Torah, Perek Gimel Halacha Yud Gimel. Don't lose even one night. I mean, the sleep. Even you do sleep at night, but don't sleep the whole night. Give some time for learning. V'achila v'shia v'sicha v'kayotza bo, and ela v'talmudeh v'direi chochma. You should spend the night, not all of it just talking, eating, and sleeping, but give some time to Talmud Torah, v'divrei chochma. When I learned this, I didn't know what the Rambam means, and I'm surprised nobody talks about it. Rambam says, spend the night Talmud Torah, v'divrei chochma. What, it's two different things? There's the Talmud Torah, there's the Chochmah. It doesn't talk about other science. It talks about Chochmah Torah. So what? So the Pashas we could say in the Torah we have some inyonim that Melashon Choik. I don't understand sometimes why Shatnes, why Basar B'Cholov, why Parah Aduma, but it's Divrei Torah. Or, and if you could understand that, it's Divrei Chochmah, whatever you could understand. And that's Taki the Rambam writes, and Sefer HaChinuch follows this eighth of the Rambam, that we're mechuyev to try to understand as much as we can. Not to say that's the ultimate reason of the mitzvahs, but that's the divrei chochmah of Torah. But as much as you can understand the reasoning of Torah, try that. But whatever you don't understand, it's still Talmud Torah. Ratzon Hashem. Okay. Amru Chachamim. En rina shel Torah ela balayla. Shenemar kumi roini balayla. V'chol oisek b'Torah balayla chut shel chesed nimshach olav bayoim. Shenemar yom mitzav Hashem chazdo balayla shira imi tefillah lekel chai. The whole Ba'is, he brings another Gemara. The Tur brought the Gemara Maseches Eruvin, that if you don't learn Torah, that the house could be destroyed. He brings a Gemara from Maseches Avodah Zorah. The whole Ba'is, and Ishman b'divrei Zorah, Balayla esh echalta. God forbid, it could be destroyed by fire. No, I'm sorry, it's Maseches Sanhedrin. Shneimar kol choshech tomun letzvunov techleo esh lo nupach. Ki dvar Hashem boza. What's the posuk in Bamidbar Dvar Hashem? You describe the words of Hashem. Ki zeh shelo ishgiach al divrei Torah kol ikar. Meaning kol ikar mean at all, or mean when it's ikar azman of learning a davka at night and you don't look at the ikar azman. V'chen kol shev shalachak v'en oisek or shekora v'shono upiresh lehevel oilam v'niach talmuda uznoch areze b'chal boza Dvar Hashem. If you left Torah, if you were able to learn, you were learning, you left the learning, it's mamash disgracing Dvar Hashem. Amru Chachamim. Kal mavatal za Torah mo'osher sofa levatal mo'oni. If you didn't do it because you're busy with oisher, then Chad Shalom Hashem would make you to lose the Torah mo'oni. Kal mekayim za Torah mo'oni sofa lekayim mo'osher. Also, oisher v'oni over here, it's not only wealth of money, it's wealth of Torah. Somebody feel, I know enough, I know a lot compared to my other neighbors and friends. So he says you're going to end up not only become oni but Torah, and that's other word also. When it comes to Torah, he feels I'm poor in Torah language, I need to learn a lot. Hashem will help you, you should become wealthy in Torah. The Indians are mefurish b'Torah ro'omer tachas asher levat Hashem b'simcha v'tuv levom mirov kol v'avat esavechom v'omer leman anoischa lativcha v'acharisach. Okay, so that's the lotion of the Rambam. The Prisha has a good kasha over here. We're saying the Gemara said that the night was created for Girsa. But there's another Gemara that says Lo ivre laila l'shinto. The night was get to sleep. So how could you say that? It says Kvartirsu b'toisas perek hador. There's a difference between Leilas Tammuz and Leilas Teves. Leilas Tammuz are very short. So over there, the short amount of time you go to sleep to have koach for the next day. Leilas Teves, it's a winter time, deep winter, and the nights are long. Over there, you spend to learn. But he says like this. It doesn't mean by Talmud you don't have to learn at all. You have to do some learning even at night, he said. Same thing, like by Teves, doesn't mean you're going to learn the whole night. You're going to do some sleeping too. So you have to have every night, not to miss one night without learning. Also, the Bayer Heitev bring from the Ashla Kodesh, there's an Inyan, and I saw also the Ben Ishchai bring this idea. He says, Yesh l'chaber laila l'yoyim v'yom l'laila b'toira b'tfila. It's the Bechlal, we have to, like the Rambam says, the mechuy of every opportunity, especially at night. But he says it's a good idea to connect the day and night. At the end of the day, it comes the night to connect them either by davening or the learning. Something in the morning when the day comes after the night, try to connect that moment with learning. I just want to bring one more thing from the Kaf HaChaim. Kaf HaChaim brings like what people know that En Kore Mikra Balayla. That's the mocker for it. It's from the Zoyar, and it says like this: ואוידד, בשאר לילה השבוע אין רואי לקרוא מקרא, לפי שהמקרא בעשייה, the מקרא חומש או תנ"ך, it's in עולם העשייה, משנה יצירה, גמרא בריאה, Kabbalah in Atzilus, since it's Asiya, in Olam Asiya, it's in of dinim, va'alayla atma b'chinas Asiya, va'akol udinin, v'end roi l'oira radinin. So when you learn Mikra b'alayla, meaning you're just reading without learning, that's called m'oira dinim. That's why the night is the time of learning, not reading. Okay. Then I'm going to just say, b'kitzur, the Zohar, you bring the Zohar HaKodesh, l'gabe learning at night. He says when you learn anytime, especially at night, you have a special protection from Hashem. You don't have to be worried about any gzeres roes, because when you learn Torah, connect to Hashem, Chaya Chayim, and He gives you protection. And He says furthermore that the koach of learning is such a koach. Even you have a gezerah that they say in Shemaim, they will not mevatel this gezerah. With your koach of learning, you could mevatel all this gezeres roes.